And moving on to the market, we see today the NSE All-Share Index up just about 0.25%, closing at 32,849 points, really on the back of the gains we've seen in the banking sector and quite a few other multinational companies like Lafarge Wapco, the cement breaker, and of course PZ Industries. Let's now cross to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where Nnennaya Umeh, an analyst at FSDH, is standing by. Nnennaya, I think one big takeaway for me in the trading session today is the fact that volumes are slightly higher. We're about 5 billion naira worth of trades. It seems like a lot of people are front-loading their demand ahead of that bank earnings season. What's your take on the market's trade today?
Okay, thank you, Wale. Thank you for having me on the show. The all-share index, as you rightly mentioned, increased today by about 0.23 basis points, driven largely by the banking sector stocks. These banking sector stocks was on account of basically Zenith Bank and Guarantee with Access as well. This is in respect to increased anticipation for the banking stocks results, which there's been prolonged anticipation for these results, which we're expecting anytime from next week. Right.
Okay, but moving on to another sector, which is the downstream petroleum marketing stocks. We see Oando doing very well in today's session. In fact, across this week, we've seen it gain about 20%. Your thoughts on the demand we're seeing for the Oando stock right now? Many people suggest that it is also front-loading of demand ahead of the results release.
Yes, in addition to the increased demand, in addition to anticipation for the results, there is this in the recent rights issue, which just concluded last week. Right. In the rights circular, there was this the dividend which they are planning to pay for the year ended December 2012 will be accrued to those who take up the rights, provided the qualification date is after the allotment date. From the rights circular, the allotment date is stated April. And in the past, in the last 3 years, the qualification date for Oando has been May.
Right. Okay, so yes. People also try to get a good dividend. Of course, the current share price, not a bad yield in the context of what we're seeing, especially in some of the non-banking stocks. But moving on to the banking stocks, what we're hearing is that Guarantee Trust Bank, Zenith Bank have already held their board meetings to approve their results. So I want to get your thoughts on what we can anticipate in terms of demand going into next week.
We can anticipate increased demand for those stocks having held their board meeting, especially as the accounts are currently with the CBN awaiting approval. When this is done, we will observe increased demand for this stock. And once these results are released as well, there will be some kind of spill-off effects on other banking stocks, right, as well as the entire market.
Well, of course, we're assuming that there are no negative surprises. But let's move on to the MPC. Of course, it's just about a week away. A lot of people thinking that this may just be the first MPC where we would see a rate cut in over a year. Your thoughts on the companies that may benefit from an MPC rate cut?
Really, there may not be any particular company that will be impacted, individually by the cut in MPC. I believe with a drastic cut in the MPC will affect all stocks across board.
All right, so let's end this with your thoughts on the stocks to watch going forward. Of course, we know the banks are coming with results. The consumer companies have done pretty well, so many people saying maybe not the best stocks to pick right now. But in your view, which stocks should investors be looking at going into the end of this quarter?
Basically, there is no particular banking stock really, but I would say Zenith, I will say Guarantee as well, which will drive other banking stocks. Because we are sure that given that Zenith paid 85 kobo, interim and the final, a total of about 1 naira, we believe that they will do better than that, given that their Q3 result was very good. We also believe that other consumer goods stocks as well will be good to buy at this moment.
Okay, let's leave it there. Thank you so much. Nnennaya Umeh, analyst with FSDH Merchant Bank.